Good evening, madam. What's up, everybody? It's Monday and a Monday. Monday's out the way. Let's have a look at what the hour one breakout system provided today. It's an okay day, little bit over 1 hour so far, and in a few trades, which I'm going to make a decision in the next hour or so whether to just take them out overnight or leave them in. But let's continue with what happened today for the hour one breakout system. Euro, we start trading at 8 o'clock. I'm sure people who've watched my videos before know that. But yeah, this is the 8 o'clock London Open candle. This is big round number 121, which we know is going to be important for the euro. It provided the support this morning. We didn't have any signal until here. Knowing that Lagarde was speaking later on, I was quite happy to take this trade around 10 o'clock in the morning because I thought at least until it give you a couple of hours to see what's going on before Lagarde speaks. The original, the breakout, there's lots of, this is the break of where our buy signal is telling us to get in, which is a break at these highs here. Now, why I like this kind of trade is because there's lots of previous highs that we could test. And sometimes when you've got a kind of descended trend line like this and some good momentum off a important support level, i.e. 121, and also that the market's already tried to go lower today, and this being the Friday, a kind of significant support area on Friday just before the close. We tried to break lower than that in the morning. It was rejected, and then the bulls took over, and that's when we got this to enter. So there is like a scalping opportunity if you fancy taking the trade off around these highs. I would say the stop was below here. This is my target for 1 hour, and because we broke out so far and we didn't come all the way back to break even, where my stop was, because Lagarde was speaking, I managed to take some profit off at the highs around this double top that we seen earlier. So I took it a bit early, but happy enough with that. I think I took it for 0.75 win or 0.8 R win rather than the full 1 R that we would have got. We would have got eventually. So yeah, the system beat me by a few pips for this trade. GU, kind of similar price action. I'm still in this trade, but you can see this is the same kind of Friday support area that was that the euro was catching a bid from on before the close on Friday. We tried to break through that first thing in the morning at Frankfurt Open. This was rejected, and then the bulls ground higher all day, and we got the breakout later on in the afternoon around about 3 p.m. So I entered on this candle here, and my stop was below here. You can see it marked up in red, and we're still in this trade, but it seems to be going okay. I'll leave this one on overnight because I think we still got room, and the trend is obviously upwards with cable. So happy to give this some space overnight to see what happens. UI, this is a trade that I broke. I broke the rules of for this trade just because this is the signal here. This line, so it's telling us to sell when the market breaks this line. However, I'll just try and talk you through my thinking here. This is like obviously resistance. We've tested it already overnight. We put in this kind of pin bar here. Now the market went a few pips below this pin bar. Anybody who wanted to short after this pin bar is now trapped this is where their stops would be, and I imagine that this is where they were stopped out, but immediately you see this rotation lower in UY. Then we have like two nice bearish candles. We have this kind of pin bar, which is on a trend line, which it should have provided the support. It didn't. It gets completely eclipsed. So I was literally playing the breakout of this failed pin bar should we get below it, which is also the trend line as well. So I entered earlier than where the signal was telling me to. Stop was up here, and I ended up taking it off really early. 1 hour was somewhere around here, so I made something like 0.6 R. Had I just listened to the rules and took the trade here with my stop up here, I think we would have got 1 R or close to 1 R around about big round number. So although I entered earlier and I was confident in that, I could have let this trade run for a bit longer, maybe to test 105. That is something I definitely need to work on. EY, let's go a bit closer for this one. Let me know if you prefer this view to the other view. I know a lot of you are looking at trade and view, and this is MT4 obviously, but this is what I use to trade, and don't use trade and view to trade my system. Anyway, let's get on with it. EY, nasty kind of false breakout here at London Open, was caught looking to break these highs, maybe test this kind of trend line here. I was stopped out an hour later, unfortunately, and then we just kind of like chopped around all day. Then I took this short. If the long doesn't work, I'll try the short, and I think my target was just by here, and we just missed out on some R's. So the only trade that I didn't take early is the one I should have taken early, and it looks like this is going to be stopped around break even for me, unfortunately. GY, this is it's not a hedge against the pound long I'm in, so I'm short the pound yen. I'm just following the rules of the system, and they told me to get short on a break of these two lows that were put in. So I did. Didn't come and test this low where I wanted it to, and now we're offside. But I am long in cable, so hopefully I think I'm gonna close this one out and run cable, because I think this is still in an upwards trend, so there's still a while to go for this move. So I think I'm going to close this off for a small loss and stay in cable. EA, nothing for me on here today. UC, I decided not to take anything on here. Unfortunately, this break came at 7 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. And then this one, I thought there was too much support around here, so I just stay away. And also Lagarde was speaking around 2:30, so I decided to call it quits around then. AU, unfortunately, I kind of like this setup. This is a previous resistance that we've found some support on Friday, and then acted as support overnight today here. So I wanted to get long here. Unfortunately, though, we tested this big round number. Oh, sorry, I entered here where you can see the blue arrow. We tested big round number, then came back down, puked my break even, and then we went and we just reached target. So yeah, I probably could have stayed in this one a bit longer, but I chose to go out. And after a reaction to that big round number 79, it was the wrong call. Gold was pretty good. You can see my long here at 1 o'clock. My stop was below here, which was this previous resistance. So I was hoping it would turn support should we get down there. There's a bit of discomfort for an hour or half hour, and then we had a nice outside bar here, and then I took profit a little bit early, but not for no reason. There was previous support area I was worried about here, so I just took it off at the same level. And then nothing in footsie. So yeah, that was the trades today. I'm just over like 1.2 or 1.3 R up for the day. And still got a few trades on EY, GU, and GY. But yeah, good start to the week. Hope you enjoyed that. Good luck, everybody. Speak to you tomorrow.